So, what is your take on zabiha and eating halal meat and eating food that is prepared by the Ahl Kitab?
As we said before, everything in Islamic law is nothing but for your best interest and your best benefit, and to bring you the best living condition that you can be in. If you look at the food conditions today, especially with animals, we know that they are injected with antibiotics so they don't die in big farms. We know that they give them hormonal therapies to grow as fast and gain as much weight. And when you eat these meats, you actually get in hormonal therapy, you get in antibiotics, and so on and so forth. One of the biggest lines of defense to defend yourself from this is when halal zabiha is done, we drain the entire blood of the zabiha, and with that, a major part of the harms that happens to these zabihas happen to you. They're usually fresh, and if you compare the longevity of the meat after the halal meat and the other ways, it's of course the best meat that for your health is the halali slaughtered meat. Things that Islam told you not to eat, pork meat. Ask any doctor. The kind of worms that are on pork meat, when you boil the meat, it doesn't go away. It's the worst kind of fat in pork that doesn't go away even if you exercise or whatever you do. It stays there. It's saturated fat. It stays in the body. So everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us to do and not to do is nothing but for our best interest. And science proves that day after day.
Understood. There are different opinions on the halal food, on the halal meat issue. One of the opinions, and albeit a minority opinion, is as long as you recite the name of God over any kind of meat, it is in fact halal. And that's a minority view. And I find that view is pretty prominent in the Arab world, not so prominent in the South Asian world. Why do you think that is, and what are your comments on that? And I would like to know your views as well.
Well, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in his seerah, before we eat, we should say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim and mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is a rule that has nothing to do with the kind of food. If we do not say that, it's like shaitan would share the meal with us. So this is a cardinal rule. The other rule is that we have in the Quran that what kind of food that we eat has to be slaughtered in a halal way, in exactly according to Islamic law, and the kind of foods and all that. So I don't see any contradiction. Some people might confuse the issues and saying, well, Bismillah would make it halal. No, halal food, when you eat it, you have to say Bismillah anyway. Regardless of what are you eating. So again, when we go back to the correct sunnah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, it is for our best interest, and following it is actually bringing health to ourselves. And I can talk for hours about the health issue and the health codes of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that nowadays, 1500 years later, the top alternative medicine people would tell you this is the best way to eat, this is the best way to live. And we had it on a silver platter 1400 years ago, whether we even know how to read or write. Our deen, our religion, brought it to us on a silver platter.